Yeah, I didn't smell it. Like I said, I wrestled with him. I didn't smell it on him. And right, talked to him. He's talking to him again right now. I guess to get a clarification. But neither one of us is smelling it or thinking that he has been. They don't seem it to me. Yeah, I was asking him straight up. So, hey, was you drinking with him? He said, yeah. And
he's in the bedroom.
yeah.
He's got to be there.
Yeah.
What else would it be?
I'll try to get that, and then I'll try to see if I can get him to say, see if he'll see what he says about this game.
I don't know, man. Fucking roundabout 3-ish.
He had one beer at 3 o'clock.
He had one beer at 3 o'clock.
Who did?
Okay.
They
5 now.
I'll call you back.
All
No, they was
What,
when I got here. I could tell he was off.
whenever I got here, you was talking to me. I kind of read over your statement. Explain to me what you mean. She tried to get violent with you. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
When I was telling, when I kept asking, I was like, what the fuck? Are you serious? I was like, what the hell's going on right now? And she kept doing this wee thing. And freaking, I was standing there when I kept saying, are you serious? Are you serious? She just freaking come at me and freaking like she's going to swing at me and shit.
Did you ever contact?
No, never. I stayed away. I know better.
I asked anybody this, not just because of this going on. Are you scared of her or fear of her, anything like that?
I'm in fear of what can happen from all this.
Okay.
I've been around
afraid of her
crazy women
attacking you in the future, or just in general?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I mean, if she was sober, no, but I'm not being around her ever again.
Okay.
I'm packing my shit. We got you all coming right now.
Okay.
Pack my shit and get the fuck away from this place.
Okay. Give me a minute. Let me talk to you one more time.
You answer your questions, yeah. Right now, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, bud. All right. So, you said y'all went to the liquor store, whatever, down here at the line. Came back. Y'all was all drinking. I guess who was all drinking? You, your mom.
Okay, so first,
the other brother, or
okay, so we came back from work and we got he got a couple beers, and that was when I drank. He gave me that first beer, and I waited until we got home. Yeah.
Okay.
And I waited until we got home. I don't know when Daniel got home, but it was about 30 minutes before he got home. And I had that beer, and but before Daniel got home, we went back, and they got a big bottle of it was a triple shot. Yeah, it was a pop
like a
you know the old fashioned ones where you can fuck, I forgot what it's called, but it's got a little metal attachment, and you can just pop the lid off. But it was. I wish I could tell you. It was about this big. It was a pretty good bottle.
Right.
And they were drinking it on the way home. And I'm not gonna lie to you because you guys are officers. I had like 2 or 3 shots of that too. But when I got back home
on the way here.
Yeah, on the
Who
way.
was on the vehicle then?
Dennis was driving. Yeah, Dennis was driving. Mom was in the passenger and I was in the back.
Back seat. Of which car?
That car right there. My car.
This little tan
Toyota. Yep.
Tan Toyota. Okay.
And
okay. I had a few shots.
Right.
Whatever.
And I came back home and we started sitting in the living room and Mom had her music playing on the record.
Mm-hmm.
And we were cleaning up our room, and I go to the living room for a minute and just sit down. And they come in, and Mom lays on the bed, and he's on the couch, or not on the couch, on the chair next to Mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm laying on the floor, and I sit there for a minute, and I start to doze off for a second, and next thing I know, Mom's moaning, and
so you was
on top.
You was in the living room.
I was in the living room.
I thought you told me you went to like a bedroom. Or something.
No.
You were in the living room the entire time.
Yep,
Okay.
I was in there when it happened.
Okay.
I was watching the whole thing.
Okay. So you heard it. You heard the moaning or whatever.
I heard it for a good hour.
Okay. And then
until I did anything because I was scared. I didn't want him to jump up after me. I just ran.
When you got up, what did you see?
When I got up,
yeah,
I didn't when I went to go tell somebody.
Yeah, did you see them physically?
Oh yeah. My mom's pants were down and everything. I seen it all.
Okay.
Like everything.
Okay.
And I got up and I didn't look at him. I just ran. I didn't see my brother or anything. I ran. My sister
So,
was right down the road. And
You're getting me because you're saying you seen it, and then you're saying you didn't see it.
Mhm.
So you're telling me you did see it, you seen everything,
Mhm.
but then you're saying now you didn't see your brother, you didn't see anything. So you did see something, or you did not?
When did I say I didn't?
You said when you got up, you didn't see your brother.
No. When I got up, I didn't look at my brother. I didn't look at my mom. I didn't I seen what they were doing, but I didn't look at them to see if they were chasing after me. I just ran.
Okay, so you seen them in the act.
Yes, I
When
seen.
you got up, you didn't look
Right.
to see if they were.
No.
You didn't see if
Like
they
I
were-
was sitting there for a minute and I was looking at him and I got up for a second and he was just sitting there for a minute and I heard my mom still moaning and I acted like I was still asleep and I got up again and that's when I ran. I seen her pants down and everything.
All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. Okay.
Right.
First of all, in the future, the officer tells you to stop. Put your hands behind your back.
I
You
understand.
stop. Put your hands behind your back. All right?
I understand.
You don't fight. You don't resist.
Right.
I think he said it. That's trip to jail.
Worst thing you
Okay.
can do.
I get the circumstances. I understand you're upset. You're mad. Whatever. Okay. I'm not taking you to jail. I'm gonna let you out. I'm gonna take the cuffs off of you, but I need a statement from you. Okay. And
I
know
promise anything.
I know it's hard to really ever think about, but I need the best descriptive, detailed statement you can give me, okay?
On what they did.
On what, like, the descriptive, like the best of your knowledge that you've seen, and what I know it's hard to relive, but I need that, okay?
Okay, so I'm going through a lot right now. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a dad.
I understand.
I'm becoming a
But
dad right now.
For
And,
what's going on, I need the best descriptive, detailed statement you can give me,
I know.
okay?
I'm just trying to explain. I'm scared right now.
and
and-
you're
And
gonna
this
be.
is hard to see that my mom.
Can you do that for me though?
I'm trying.
Can you write me out a statement?
Yeah,
and
I
all
can
that?
write it out.
Okay. So I'll I'm gonna take these off of you, and you can hang out in front of my car, and I'll get a paper for you to fill out, and we'll get you going on that. Okay. You go ahead and get out. Okay.
I can get out.
Yeah. Come out, face the car for me. Okay. Go ahead and put that hand up here on the car for me for a second. Alright. You go ahead and hang out in front of my car for me, and I'll get this statement for you, and if you can, you can start on that for me.
Thanks. So what are you gonna do with her?
So Chief said, he's he's going 100% on the initial, what we got called here for than says.
Right.
He's wanting to do more digging and stuff, but we've got him admitting to drinking underage. The mom allowed it. If he says he's in fear of her, we'll take her on this, and they can dig more tomorrow. We're cracking the detective can get in here and possibly get something on him.
Okay.
But
So you're gonna take her for
I'm gonna get probably contributing to the length of the minor, and then whatever.
So my thing is, if you don't have a felony charge to stick her on, to hold her on, they're going to release her tonight. So if you don't
We may,
want her to get away, you're going to have to charge her. with it.
yeah. I mean,
At least charge her with it, and if they decide to change their mind, they can come up there and say, "Hey, we're going to drop it
it may be what they do.
and release it." Hey, Dad said that his daughter
What?
permission for the dad to take something, but I'm thinking
Say that one more time.
Dad was given permission by the daughter to go down to the house and open it up to see if he's in there. If you want to go down there and look.
Okay. Who wants me to talk to her? Miss Crystal. Hi. So I know you talked to this officer earlier. Can you kind of talk to me about what got guys caught out here?
Can you flip my hair back?
That's kind of the best I can do.
What's up?
So what got us caught out here? Like what was going on?
Honestly, just a mutual agreement.
Mutual what?
Agreement?
Agreement
Yeah.
on what?
Should have never been what it became.
Can you talk like a mutual agreement on what?
This
What
argument.
what shouldn't have came?
My 19-year-old son has a dedicated on the way. I'm trying to help him.
I get that, but you're talking about a mutual agreement. What are we talking about on that?
Taking care of the baby and not himself. Like, just
What got us called out here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, you either know something or something, and you're just not talking.
I honestly just want the best for my grandchild.
You want the best for your grandchild.
Yep.
I get that. Right. What's the incident between that happened here
Like,
today?
please, God, like, wipe my face or something.
All right. We'll try that in a little bit. I just need to know
I'm not going to do anything, I promise.
what occurred here today. That's what I'm trying to find out.
He's upset.
Who?
Like my son.
About what?
Typical teenage 19-year-old stuff.
Like
He's scared to death. He's going to have a baby on the way. That's all.
we didn't get called out here because he's scared about having a baby.
That's all that's matter.
Right. So you're not going to talk to me about what happened today.
What do you want me to talk to you about?
What happened today? Why we got called out here?
He's scared?
We got called
He's
out.
scared.
We didn't get called out here because he's scared about having a baby.
What you called about? So I'm scared.
Okay.
Really
Put your foot in for me, okay?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get what they're doing and I'll get her transported. So I can.
Yeah, I went to call you and realized I hadn't talked to her yet, so I was talking to her whenever you were coming back. But she's playing us like we're dumb. She's not talking. She's saying we got called out here because her 18-year-old son is scared because he's having a baby and don't know what to do. Then she wants the best for her grandson. I said, what happened today that got us called out here? She goes, my 18-year-old son is scared of having a baby. I said, we called out here because his son is scared of having a baby. And then she started, I said, why are we here today? And she kind of set this neck and said, it's a mutual agreement, and it went further than it should have. I said, a mutual agreement? She said, yeah. I said, what, a mutual agreement about what? I said, what about? She sat there and she kind of started shaking her head back and forth, like she was saying no. I waited a little bit.
Actually,
I said, mutual agreement about
can you
what?
go pee real quick?
Yeah. Just make sure he don't touch them covers.
Hey.
Mutual agreement about what? She wouldn't say.
Off the foot.
Oh God. Don't go good. Fuck. Just don't go good. Fuck that Fuck this shit! Fuck this shit! Oh, because I don't want to take it. I just don't want to fucking take it. I don't want to take it. I don't want to fucking take it. I just don't want to fucking take it. I just don't want to take it. I don't want to take it. I 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 want to fuck this shit. I want to take it. I want to take it. I want to take it. I don't want to take it. Oh my God.
Bud, how old are you?
27.
27?
Yes, sir. I turned 28 in July. Actually, at the end of this month, I turned 28.
You could uncuff her.
Oh, she's not tough.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought she was.
No, she's not tough.
All right, thank you. Hello, I'm Detective McCracken with Mono Police Department. I gotta go over your statement of rights before I talk to you, okay? Now here on this, we're gonna fill out your name, location, date and time, and then when we get to this part, I'm gonna read it out loud as we read it together, and then you answer yes or no on these, and we'll sign it at the bottom, okay? All right, go ahead and put your name, and the date is the 5th. It's 9:02 a.m. You just put county jail. Alrighty. And when I read through these, if you'll confirm verbally as well when you fill them out too. Before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. Do you understand that you have the right to remain silent? Yes. Okay. And you can write yes there. Do you understand that anything you say can and will be used against you in the court?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions and to have him with you during questioning?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning, if you wish, at no cost to you? Do you understand that if you decide to answer questions without a lawyer present, you still have the right to stop at any time? You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Now, in the waiver of rights part, I have read the statement of my rights and understand what my rights are. I am willing to make a statement and answer questions. I do not want a lawyer at this time. I understand and know what I am doing. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure or coercion of any kind has been used against me. If you agree with that, you'll sign where it says signature. Thank you. Alright, so, what happened yesterday?
I'm just not used to drinking anymore.
Right,
I got way too drunk.
right.
I haven't been drinking for over a year. So I just screwed up real bad.
Right. Well, hey, it's understandable when you get real intoxicated that you do crazy things. I understand. I understand that. So, I am going to ask you if you could elaborate on exactly what you're talking about.
Not really. I mean, I'm just too drunk.
Too drunk?
Yep.
Okay. Well, due to the statements that we have and everything else is what was going on, we believe, is that you were having sex with, it'd be Austin Casey.
What?
Austin Casey.
No, that's nowhere near right.
Okay. Well, we talked to multiple people. I'm giving you a chance to elaborate on what happened, you know, because we talked to multiple people, had multiple eyewitness statements. Okay. Because David, your son, had found y'all first, and he took off and ran next door and called 911. And then your husband as well had walked in on you. And both of them are telling a very similar story. And both of them are, you know, a little bit freaked out over the incident. This is your chance to make a statement about what happened and stuff like that. You know, if you don't want to talk to me, you don't have to. We can go over this court-appointed attorney paperwork.
No, I'll have to call my daughter on that. I haven't called her yet.
Okay. All right.
I was drunk, but I don't. What's that damn drunk? I forgot that.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to go over this paperwork with you and just explain what your court date is, what your charges are, and the financial stuff. Or you getting a court-appointed attorney, okay? You're informed that you're being charged with the following crimes. 526-202, felony C. Name of the crime is incest. Penalty and fine of up to $10,000 and or 3 to 10 years. In addition, you're informed that you're not required to say anything, and that anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to an attorney and to have one appointed free of charge. If you cannot afford one, you have the right to communicate with your family, and a reasonable means will be provided for you. I have been informed that my next court date is 8/23/24 at Craighead County Courthouse, the main courthouse, and if I fail to appear, a warrant will be issued for my arrest. This is not a statement of guilt. It's just stating that you've been informed of this court date. End of the date. Do you want to talk about the incident? How the play-by-play yesterday or anything like that? Okay.
No.
Okay. Alrighty. Petition for appointment of counsel. The above named defendant, first being duly sworn, states that I am the petitioner in the above entitled case. In support of my petition for appointment of counsel for the indignant and understanding that any false statement or answer to any of these questions will subject me to penalties of perjury, I state that because of my poverty, I am unable to hire an attorney. I further swear that the responses which I have made to questions and instructions below are true. Are you presently employed?
I babysit my grandson.
Okay. Do you get paid for that? Okay, so no, you're not presently employed. This is just for paperwork for you to get. This doesn't make a determination of how the court feels about you or anything like that. This is just so that they can make a decision on giving you a court-appointed attorney or not, okay? When was the last date of your employment? Last employment where you were getting paid?
I've been babysitting him for over 2.5 years now.
So you think in 2022? And you know about how much you were making back then?
1150.
Was that full-time or part-time?
Part-time.
Have you received, within the past 12 months, any money from any of the following sources? Business, profession, or any form of self-employment?
I'm sorry, we read again. I'm still.
No, you're okay. Have you received, within the past 12 months, any money from any of the following sources? Business, profession, or any form of self-employment? No. Rent payment, interest, or dividends? You own any apartment complexes or anything like that? Okay. Pension, annuities, or life insurance payments? Gifts or inheritance? Any other sources? Okay. Do you own any cash, or do you have money in a checking or savings account?
I have a bank account, but there's none in it.
Okay.
Not enough to speak of.
Okay. Do you own any real estate, stocks, bonds, notes, automobiles, or any other valuable property, excluding household furnishings and clothing?
I have got a Suburban and a truck.
Okay. What year?
Suburban's 2006, I think.
About how much is it worth, you think?
I paid $5 for it years ago, so probably about $2.
Okay. And what was the other vehicle that you had?
Heavy truck.
What year?
93.
And about how much do you think it's worth?
It's priceless to me, but I don't know, maybe $1,000.
Do you have any people who are dependent upon you for support? No. You understand? You understand that any false statement or answer to any of these questions in this affidavit will subject you to penalties for perjury. You are unable to hire or make arrangements for an attorney and request that the court appoint one to represent you. That you will make every effort to pay said attorney from your own funds and property and try to earn money to be paid towards the attorney fees. You agree with that? Sign, address, and phone number. This is how this process normally works from here. This paperwork's going to go over to court today. You'll get before a judge this afternoon at 1, and then they'll make a determination on bond, okay? And then they'll set you a bond amount, then you can possibly contact a bail bondsman or things of that nature to get bonded out. And then your court date, your first court date will be on August 23rd. Okay? Do you have any other questions for me?
The court date.
August 23rd.
Can I make that first phone call? Do I have to do it?
That was Casey's with me.
Yeah. Go ahead and get down there, man.
You can have a seat over there. Over here, man. Just getting that seat pulled up for you. I'm Detective McCracken, Bono Police Department. Before we can talk about anything, we gotta go over your rights, okay? Now, I'm gonna read this out loud with you, and first we're gonna start off by you writing your name and the location, the date and time. And then when we go over these things, it's gonna be yes or no. I'm gonna read them out loud, and you confirm verbally out loud, right? Yes or no, okay? Alright. It's the 5th. 7-5. And it's 8:43 a.m.
Where is this?
You can just put county jail or jail, whatever you want to put. Alrighty. Before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. Do you understand that you have the right to remain silent? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Yes there then. Do you understand that anything you say can and will be used against you in the court?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand that you have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions and to have him with you during questioning?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand that if you cannot afford a lawyer, one would be appointed for you before any questioning, if you wish, at no cost to you? Do you understand that if you decide to answer questions without a lawyer present, you still have the right to stop answering at any time? You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. I have read these statements of my rights, and I understand what my rights are. I am willing to make a statement and answer questions. I do not want a lawyer at this time. I understand, and I know what I am doing. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure or coercion of any kind has been used against me. If you agree with that statement and understand it, then you sign it there. Maybe sign it over here. Alright, man, so you want to talk about what happened yesterday?
Just had too many drinks, and stepdad showed up, saw a few things didn't like to see, and I left. So the situation didn't get any worse.
Right.
Just like walking down the road.
But these things that he happened to see, you mind elaborating on that a little bit?
I'd rather not. Too happy about the decisions that I made.
Right.
Stupid stuff.
Well, man, we all do crazy things when we get drinking, okay? Especially when we drink a lot, okay? So, I understand that, but, you know, as far as if you're willing to talk to me, you don't have to talk to me. But if you're willing to elaborate a little bit, you can know that I understand as far as, you know, drinking too much can cause you to do some crazy things sometimes.
I was just laying in there in the bed with my mom. He saw it and didn't like it.
What were you doing with your mother, bro?
Things I shouldn't have been doing. Not like fully, but close enough that it shouldn't have been happening.
Okay, were you having sex with your mother?
Not quite, but yeah.
What do you mean by not quite?
The one next, actually inside.
Okay. And was this the first time that something like this has happened? Okay. Alrighty. Well, I can go over this with you, okay? As far as this goes. Now, I do have some other questions before I go over this, man. Did this possibly start out when you were younger? Before you were 16 or anything like that?
Surprisingly, no.
Okay. And she is directly related to you, not a stepmother and things of that nature? Okay. So yeah, I just gotten a little drunk yesterday and things have gone a little too far?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
Just glad I stopped when I did.
Right. Well, I will go ahead and ask. Now, your brother, David, he had stated that he heard some moaning and stuff going on for quite a while, and he woke up and fled the house to a neighbor's house to have them call 911. And then when we arrived on scene, your stepdad was out in the yard stating that he had caught y'all actually engaging in full sex.
Thought, but it wasn't.
Right. Well, David also had heard that going on for quite a while as well. You know, he said he'd been in and out, like consciously, you know, sleeping, thinking he's hearing noises. And then that's what he believes was going on as well.
Well, like I said, it didn't make it quite to that far.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to go over this with you, okay? At any point, if you want to talk about anything else related to this, we can stop at any point. This is to get you a court-appointed attorney, okay? I'm going to go over your charges with you, your court date, and then we're going to go over financial stuff, okay? This isn't me trying to be in your business or anything like that. This is so the court can determine whether they're going to give you a public defender or not, okay? All right. All right. This is, you're being informed that you're being charged with the following crimes: Statute 526-202A, which is a Class C felony. The name of the crime is incest. Penalty and fine of up to $10,000 and or 3 to 10 years in jail. In addition, you're informed that you're not required to say anything, or anything that you say can be used against you. You have the right to an attorney and to have one appointed free of charge. If you cannot afford one, you have the right to communicate with your family, and reasonable means will be provided for you to do so. You have been informed that your next court date is 8/23, so that's August 23rd, 2024 at Cricket County Courthouse, the main courthouse here in Jonesboro. And you gotta be there at 9. If you fail to appear, a warrant will be issued for your arrest, okay? So you're not guilty at this point. This is just part of the process, and we're just doing this paperwork, and then you'll go to court, and this will be your first court date, and then you can enter your plea then, okay? Now, this is not a statement of guilt. It's just saying that you've been informed of this court date, okay? And then you sign right there, and then date. This is your petition for appointment of counsel. Okay, so this is just us doing that paperwork, financial stuff to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. The above-named defendant, being first duly sworn, states, I'm the petitioner in an above entitled case, and in support of my petition for appointment of counsel, and for the indigent, and understand that a false statement or answer to any questions will subject me to penalties for perjury. I state because of my poverty, I'm unable to hire an attorney. I further swear that the responses which I have made to these questions and instructions below are true. Are you presently employed?
Yes.
Okay. If the answer is yes, state the amount of your salary or wages per month. You can give the name and address of your employer.
I don't have a name, but his name is Gary Swindle. It's a tree trimming service, but he doesn't have a name for his corporation.
Okay. Hang on.
I don't know what I make a month. I haven't worked there long enough to really know.
Well, last time you had to pay for a week, what were you making?
It wasn't even for a week. It was like for one job between what I made and what my brother made. It was $800, but that's between the two of us, so it was
Okay.
like $400. And he said he wouldn't be able to do that every time either.
Okay.
I think I make $10 an hour. That's what
Okay.
I'm supposed to make.
So you're part-time there, though? Do you happen to know his address or anything like that? Okay. Have you received, within the past 12 months, any money from any of the following sources? Business, profession, or any form of self-employment? You did like own a business or like sell stuff on sell games or something on the side or something like that. Okay, rent payment, interest, or dividends?
I don't have any rent.
Pension, annuities, or life insurance payments?
I don't think so.
Gifts or inheritance? Any other sources?
Sure.
Do you own any cash, or do you have money in a checking or savings account?
Very little.
Do you have a bank account with a bank? Okay, what bank?
Arvest.
What is it?
Arvest.
Arvest. About how much money do you think is in there?
$20. I can't even access that right now, so it's locked.
Do you own any real estate, stocks, bonds, notes, automobiles, or any other valuable property, excluding ordinary household furnishings and clothing?
On a motorcycle.
Okay. Yes. Motorcycle. About how much is it worth, you think?
Maybe $900.
What kind of motorcycle?
Kawasaki.
You know how to spell Kawasaki off the top of your head?
Huh?
You know how to spell Kawasaki?
Kawasaki.
What cc is it?
500.
What year?
95.
Okay. Do you have any dependents, like children or anything that you take care of?
Just a dog.
I understand that any false statement or answer to any of these questions in this affidavit will subject me to penalties of perjury. I'm unable to hire or make arrangements to hire an attorney and request that the court appoint one to represent me. I'll make every effort to pay said attorney from my own funds and property and try to earn money to be paid towards an attorney fee. Sign, address, telephone number. I think that's going to be it. Do you have any more questions for me or anything?
I want to see my family again.
I believe the court should be in session today, no problem. So getting this paperwork done, gonna get it dropped off. You'll go before a judge today at 1. You know, they'll bring up the new cases, and then they'll set a bond at that point. And then at that point, whatever your bond is, you know, you can contact a bail bondsman or somebody that might be willing to come up there and put up the bond. And then after that, if you bond out, you'll be released until that court date, is my understanding. And then you'll come in for that court date, and then that'll begin the process.
What does the bail bondsman do for me?
If, like, let's say your bond, you got a $1,000 bond or something, I don't know what the court's going to set it at, it's just a generalization. The bail bondsman will post that bond, normally for some sort of collateral or a guarantee, but you'll end up having to pay him back more. I think they collect interest on that. And then, you know, they help track you down, I believe, if you don't pay your bond. But if you end up going through a bail bondsman, they'll go over all that paperwork with you. I'm very limited on how all that works, but
I've just never done anything
right.
like this.
They help you post the bond in case, because it's difficult to come up with, you know, a few $1,000s off out of nowhere, and so they help you post the bond and get out of jail. Any other questions for me, bud?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, if you think of anything, you can let them know, and they can get a hold of me, okay?
You can bring Miller.
Huh?
All right, but
Do you need anybody else? You need the other one?
yeah.